Good morning, students. Today I will discuss with you SST, that is your chapter number 7, India Political. Last day we have already discussed about the India physical part. So today I will discuss with you the political part. Normally I know you know some places names like Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, whatever the places, they are our neighboring countries. So few places the last day you have know that the physical divisions, that is the physical divisions are the northern mountains, northern plains, Deccan Plateau, the Great Indian Desert, coastal plains and the islands. And today we will know the political parts. Like what? That is Nepal, Bhutan, Madhya Pradesh, Bangladesh, Pakistan, China, Myanmar, for these places. See, if you look at the world map, you will find that India is located in the southern part of the continent of Asia. See, again I am repeating, India is located in the southern part of the continent of Asia. So where is India located? India is located in the southern part of the continent of Asia. Can you see the different countries surrounding India in the north, south, east and west? These are our neighboring countries India is surrounded by. We know in our India is a diverse country. Diversity is there, so here north, south, east and everywhere so many countries are there. So let me know that our neighboring countries names, that are Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest. You see the position also is written over here. Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest, Nepal in the north, Bhutan in the northeast and China in the north and southeast. Bangladesh and Myanmar in the east, Maldives and Sri Lanka in the south. You see, I am just showing that map. That is, you see the map, you see Pakistan and Afghanistan in the north west. You see here the Pakistan and Afghanistan. It's already in our book, it is northwest, so that means this side is our northwest. This side, this one, this side the northwest. See, again I am showing here Pakistan, like Islamabad, Afghanistan, Tajikistan. These places are in our neighboring countries and these are located in the northwest. Next you see Nepal in the north. You see here the Nepal. Nepal is in this position. After that you see Bhutan is here. Nepal, then Bhutan is here. After that, that is northeast. Bhutan is northeast. This one is north, but it is side this so much, so that's why it is Bhutan is northeast. China in the north and northeast. This one is China. So Nepal, Bhutan and China. You see the position. Nepal is in the north, Bhutan is in the northeast, China in the north and northeast. Next is Bangladesh. You see here Bangladesh and Myanmar in the east. It is totally in the east side. Bangladesh and Myanmar is totally in the east side. Next is Maldives and Sri Lanka. So you know Sri Lanka is a very small country. Beside this India's country, that Sri Lanka is here and this one is Myanmar. Sorry, Maldives. Maldives and Sri Lanka in the south. Bangladesh and Myanmar, that is Burma, the two are in the east, but the Maldives and Sri Lanka, these two in the south. We know that India and its neighbors cover such a large portion of Asia that these countries taken together are known as a subcontinent. We know if it will one country, so it is not properly take that all responsibilities for one person, so it will divided, it is divided, and so it is just in subcontinents, part by part it is in subcontinent. See the next one, political divisions of India. Political divisions of India. India is a vast country with a large population. Last day we have read that physical divisions of India, that is 6 part of us there, and today we have learned this political divisions of India. India is a vast country with a large population. India has been divided into smaller regions known as states. There are 28 states and 8 union territories in India. Continuously we know that India is a vast country, that means their population is so much. So in one country, if population is vast population, though it is not take that responsibility to one person, those who are taking. So that's why India has been divided into small states. Like you know, you are having 3 or 2 sections in your class, section A and section B. Why it is divided? Because if it will in one section like 100 students, so in your section A class teacher, that teacher can't take the whole responsibility properly. So that's why it is divided into parts. Then if it is divided into 2 sections, that is 50-50. So it is easy to take the responsibilities, to take every responsibilities to the properly. Like that only in our India's the population is so much, so that was divided into small states. There are 28 states and 8 union territories. Next you see, let me know our state's name. What is our India's 28 states? The 28 states of India are Andhra Pradesh, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Assam, Mizoram, Bihar, Nagaland, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Goa, Punjab, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Jharkhand, Tripura, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Kerala, Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal and Maharashtra. I think you know every place's name, but you don't know that one, they are states of what. So in our India 20 states are there. So everyone just repeat and learn by heart that spellings and states names. Again I am repeating the names of 28 states, that is Andhra Pradesh, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Assam, Mizoram, Bihar, Nagaland, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Goa, Punjab, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Jharkhand, Tripura, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Kerala, Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal and Maharashtra. These are our states' name. Next you see the 8 union territories of India are the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Chandigarh, Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, the Lakshadweep Islands, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh and Puducherry. The National Capital Territory of Delhi is a union territory that includes New Delhi, the national capital of India. See that now 8 union territories name. 8 union territories name, that is Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Chandigarh, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, the Lakshadweep Islands, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh and Puducherry, the National Capital Territory means NCT. That is, the NCT's full form is National Capital Territory, and you see the beside your this side here which cities from the NCR. That NCR stands for that National Capital Region. Okay, the National Capital Territory, that is NCT, and NCR is National Capital Region of Delhi is a union territory. That includes New Delhi, the national capital of India. So you know our capital is Delhi, New Delhi. Next you see government in India. Government in India. What is government? Government is the group of people. What is government? Government is the group of people that is responsible for managing the matters of a country or a state. I already told you that for one person it is very much problematic to take whole responsibility to whole people. Means you know that India is a vast country and our population is so high. So that's why for this high population it is divided into states. And for that states, we need one main person who managing the whole things, who managing particular that parts, things, whatever are there. Because we are citizen, for whatever our problems are there, so we just need someone who help us to our every problem. So that's why it is divided into states. After that, for that states, we need to one responsible person to manage everything. So what is government? The government is the group of people that is responsible for managing the matters of a country or a state. See, the government of India has two main levels. One is central government and one is state government. Each state has its own government, while union territories are governed directly by the central government. So our government has divided into two levels, that is central government and state government. Each state has its own government. I told you already earlier that is each state has its own one particular person, while union territories are governed by directly by the central government. See, all the important government houses are located in New Delhi since it is the capital of India. New Delhi is the capital of India. So all the important government houses are located in New Delhi. The President and the Prime Minister are the most important people in the government. The President and the Prime Minister are the most important people in the government. India is governed by the rules made in the Parliament, which is located in New Delhi. In a state government, the Chief Minister and Governor are the most important people. Again I am repeating the lines. The President and Prime Minister are the most important people in the government. Means they are the most responsible person. Next, India is governed by the rules made in the Parliament. Whatever rules are coming with us, so that is ruled by made by the Parliament, which is located in New Delhi. In a state government, the Chief Minister and Governor are the most important people. In a union territory, the Lieutenant Governor is responsible for governance. In a union territory, the Lieutenant Governor is responsible for governance. What is governance? The process of managing the matters of a country, state, city or a village. What is governance? That is the process of managing the matters of a country, state, city or a village. Local government in cities and villages. Local means whatever we know our surrounding, our houses. So that is local thing. So this is also depend by other people, other they are divided into different they are having a particular people. Like you see, the government bodies are responsible for the smaller areas like villages and cities. The big cities of India are governed by municipal corporations. See, local government bodies are responsible for the smaller areas. I told you local means we know that is whatever surrounded by us. So that is surrounded with our house or homes, so that is not far, so whatever are there is happening, so that thing we don't know. The local government bodies are responsible for the smaller areas like villages and cities. The big cities of India are governed by municipal corporation, which are local governing bodies that work for the development of city. In our Asansol or Raniganj also, it is in the responsible for that municipal corporation. Whatever we are having problem means, it is in our home, that is we are discuss with our parents or our brother or sisters, but it is our surrounded our home, that things like we need that water connection or we need that electricity. So that type of work if we need, then we will go to the municipal corporation. This is the local governing bodies that work for the development of a city. They collect tax and get money from the government and provide services like healthcare, transport, housing and education. Again see the line, they collect tax and get money from the government and provide services like healthcare, transport, housing and education. So we know this one, that government and that our corporation, whatever they made, that rules are whatever, so they, for that only they collect tax. They collect tax and get money from the government and provide services like healthcare, transport, housing and education. In smaller cities or towns, municipalities look after the facilities of the people. The states are divided into districts. These are further divided into blocks and villages. Why it is divided after districts or blocks or villages? Because if the population is very much, so that's why they again divide into blocks or villages. At the local level, the Gram Panchayat looks after the welfare of the people in the village. See, in smaller cities or towns, like this place wherever we are staying, so that places also are in municipalities. Look after the facilities of the people. If we need water connection, if we need electricity, if we need to prepare the road, everything they took that municipality's responsibility. The states are divided into districts. We know already that is 28 states. After that 28 states, it is divided. If it's need, then it's divided into districts. Then again, if it is needed, then these are further divided into blocks and villages. At the local level, the Gram Panchayat looks after the welfare of the people in the village. Like in villages only or blocks only, that is responsible for everything, that is the Gram Panchayat. Gram Panchayat, you see the picture is here. This is means those are the main persons in Gram, that villages. So on that person sitting one place and they just discuss whatever they need. That is called the Gram Panchayat. So the Gram Panchayat only looks after the welfare of the people in the village. Okay students, so for today this much only. Next day I will discuss another thing.